All right, the Detroit Lions begin OTAs. Coaches are starting to talk, and there's one linebacker in particular that is getting a lot of praise that I'm really excited about. Before we get into that, though, let me know in the comments. They did this on the Detroit Lions social media site. Let me know the first jersey that you ever owned as a kid. For me, it was Charles Woodson's Raiders jersey. He had just gotten drafted there. Yeah, after he went to Michigan, and so Charles Woodson Raiders jersey was mine. Let me know in the comments your jersey. Okay, here's the linebacker, Jack Campbell, and I'm really interested in these second year guys because you've got the veterans, you've got the rookies, so everyone's kind of excited about those guys, like your star players and your new people that are coming in. But then there's this whole crop of, oh yeah, Jack Campbell type guys. That's like, don't forget, he was a high pick for the Lions, played well last year, but it just feels like, man, he is a prime candidate for a guy that's going to really help us and really make this push to the Super Bowl. The Lions have a ton of talent, but it's going to be guys like Jack Campbell that really need to be who we think they could be. It's asking a lot, but it's like, man, you're a second year guy that is really going to be something. So Aaron Glenn said he has transformed his body and is leading out on the field. He calls him a grown man. And it's like, oh man, what would that be like? So again, you look at the depth chart and we know Alex Anzalone, and he's getting older, but he's still playing at such a high level that he's your good, solid linebacker, green dot guy that you can count on. Then we need a little splash player at the linebacker position outside of Anzalone. Anzalone's never going to be, and it's fine. He's never going to be the impact player. He's just going to be very steady, and that's exactly what we need. But usually two linebackers on the field most of the time. And so they have it listed as three linebackers, but we know it's Jack Campbell or Derek Barnes. Derek Barnes is he just taking him longer. And here he is now in year 4 or 5 or whatever he's in, where it's like, come on, man. Where what if Jack Campbell can expedite that and just be really good, really explosive, big, strong? I mean, he plays so hard. If he can just figure things out a little bit more, it felt like he was one step behind just a little bit, but still played really well. What if Jack Campbell can be that guy? It's Anzalone and Campbell. And then, in a couple of years, Anzalone moves on as he gets into his 30s. Jack Campbell steps in there. Like, this is the guy for me defensively. When I look at, man, who if I had to pick one guy to just be rock solid and make the most improvement, I mean, would you go Lee McNeil? Would you go Jack Campbell? For me, it's Jack Campbell. Man, come on, dude. And it's like right there for the taking. So remember, last year, Aaron Glenn was praising him. He's built for moments like this. This was a week 13 injury to Alex Anzalone. Jack Campbell was asked to step up, played very well. But remember, Aaron Glenn has seen his units give up 38, 26, and 29 points in the last 3 games. Remember, there was a stretch there where it's just like, man, come on. The Lions were really struggling. It was like at home Thanksgiving against the Packers, and then they went to Chicago, and there was this little sketchy stretch where the defense really was struggling. Jack Campbell, though, comes in, plays really well during that, but it was the secondary that really struggled. And remember, that's when we got rid of Jerry Jacobs for Vildor, of all people. And Vildor, I feel like every video I mention Vildor, and I just want to say thank you, Vildor. You tried your hardest out there, buddy. You just did. And you gave us your heart and soul, and he's back. And we all feel bad for him on that 49ers play that went off his helmet. He was there. He was there. Oh my gosh, Vildor. What a guy. Thank you for stepping in. But Vildor is not a starting corner. We need other players. We added that. But my point is, Jack Campbell is a guy that the Lions really are needing to step up. And it feels like he's going to. I mean, man, it's just the perfect player to do that. Now, Dan Campbell, switching gears, was asked about that thing that we're talking about, going for the Super Bowl. And he was asked, is it Super Bowl or bust? He says, I don't see bust. I see Super Bowl. Let's go. Let's go. I love that. And now here's what he's saying. Look, it's not about all or nothing, but at the same time, It's about we're trying to win a Super Bowl. And it is all or nothing. So you go for it or you don't win it. But I love that Dan Campbell's knew that these questions were going to come on about, hey, Lions, are you going to, all or nothing, boom or bust? It's like, dude, man, no, luckily, thankfully, we're in a true position to go try to get to the Super Bowl. And I think that's where I'm at with it. Let's get to the Super Bowl. From there, I don't know. Who knows? But the accomplishment of just getting to the Super Bowl would be so cool. Everything around that game. I mean, that would be awesome. So that's the goal. And it's a true goal that we have not really talked about since, early Barry Sanders. Those were some good 91, 92 Barry Sanders years. And then it fell apart in the late 90s. And then from there, it's never recovered even close. Now when you start looking around the roster and you see star after star combined with a good coach, coordinators, it's like, I don't know. A good quarterback. It's like, I don't know. Well, what is this? So again, look at this. If we go back here and like trying to be non-biased and just talk about stars or like top 5, however you want to come on. Yeah, he's a top quarterback. David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs. That is like the best running back combo in the National Football League. Amon-Ra St. Brown, top 3 running back or wide receiver. Jamison Williams, incredible. Another video coming out about him, about how he's transformed his body and looks ridiculously good. Sam Laporta, top 3 tight end. Offensive line, top 3. Aiden Hutchinson, top 3. DJ Reader, linebacking core. Really, this is the question mark, right? This linebackers and secondary. But Carlton Davis, starter. Amik Robinson, starter. Terrion Arnold, best corner in the draft. Brian Branch, ridiculously good. So it's all there, and that's why the Super Bowl talk has started, and that's why you see a team that's really good with a good quarterback. It's hard to imagine that they don't find their way right in the same position they were last year. And that's like so exciting, meaningful games. And that's why this offseason, just think in a month and a half starts training camp, which is crazy because it's like, man, the season just ended. Well, it's because we've always been out of it by week 6. And it's like, all right. And you're looking at mock drafts, week 6. And it's like, that's like in October. This year, we're all the way into January, like late January, still watching the Lions, still caring, still seeing what they're doing. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see all of you on the next.